It is Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025.
This is The Warning.
Let's talk about where things stand in the United States today in early December as we close in on the one-year anniversary of Donald Trump's inauguration. His administration is murderous, it is lawless, and it is unfathomably corrupt. The economy is cracking, the American people see it clearly, and Donald Trump's approval numbers are crashing. They are reaching record lows, and there has never been a president so unpopular this soon in a presidential term. The media is intimidated by Trump, the corporate media, that is. They're afraid, but the American people are not. What they see is a fool and a hypocrite. Let's go through some of the things that have happened just this past week. President Juan Orlando Hernandez of Honduras was a drug trafficker, sentenced to 45 years in a federal prison. Carolyn Levitt is Donald Trump's lying child soldier, married to a 60-year-old with a little cross affixed to her neck. She goes out and defends all manner of evil with all types of lies. With every question she's asked, she has a deceitful answer at the ready. And here it was that it was an over-prosecution by the Biden administration.
On this pardon for the Honduran president, does it at all undercut the administration's messaging while you have these congressional Republicans defending the strikes on the narco-terrorists and then a pardon for a convicted drug trafficker? Does that make it more difficult for your members to defend your administration's policy?
I don't think so, Jackie. I think that President Trump has been quite clear in his defense of the United States homeland to stop these illegal narcotics from coming to our borders, whether that's by land or by sea. And he's also made it quite clear that he wants to correct the wrongs of the weaponized Justice Department under the previous administration.
And so now the former president of Honduras, who ran his country as a criminal syndicate, goes free, while families in West Virginia mourn a young soldier killed in a place she ought not to have been, serving a mission with no purpose whatsoever as a Trump political prop by an Afghan CIA asset whose approval to be in the country was stamped by the Trump administration. Meanwhile, in the Southern Caribbean, there are 15,000 American troops, Marines, and a carrier strike group headed by the largest and most powerful warship in human history. All of it under the command of the drunk Champagne Pete Hegseth, a man who ordered the murder of two men clinging to the side of a boat in contravention of international law. And soon, it is highly likely, when the shooting starts, as we seek to remove a president in Venezuela who Trump says is a drug trafficker, while he pardons a former president of Honduras who was a drug trafficker, as those American bodies start to come home, they'll join that young soldier from West Virginia on a list of unfortunate Americans who paid the ultimate price for the folly of the American people and the election of the most unfit group. And right now, a corrupt man named Steve Witkoff, a partner of Trump's, and Marco Rubio, a hypocritical clown, are sitting with Russian negotiators, as the Nazis once did with the Soviets selling out Poland, except for now, it's the Americans and the Russian fascists, two groups of fascists together selling out Ukraine, and while doing so, architecting the foundation of a third world war while profiteering on the misery of all of those Ukrainians whose children have been kidnapped, whose lives have been destroyed, whose sons and daughters have been murdered. That's what side Donald Trump is on. And while that is happening, all of it, everywhere at once, right now, as Donald Trump steals, Donald Trump accuses. Who? The brown and black people, of course. Here is the fascist postings of Kristi Noem, the principal officer and chief architect of Donald Trump's concentration camps that now span coast to coast and house upwards, according to media reports, of 66,000 human beings in who knows what conditions. We are a violent country, a country with a record of oppression. That is no stranger to the subjugation of people with different color skin than mine. And yet, the people who were subjugated, led by men like Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King and women like Harriet Tubman, did not seek vengeance, did not want to tear down the society that excluded them. They sought only to be included within its framework of justice. Martin Luther King said he came to Washington, D.C. with a dream on August 28th of 1963 to collect a promissory note. And that is what is at stake now. The attempt by the bank, now controlled by Trump, to seize ownership of our liberty back from all of us who were blessed to be born in an era where it was undebated that it applied to everyone, that freedom for all meant freedom for everyone. All of that is in doubt now because of Trump, because of the insanity, because of the lies, because of the hypocrisy. The tolerance for it is on us, each of us, and we must not tolerate it, because if we do, into the abyss, all of us go. The Trump people, the red hats, the MAGAs, the fascists, and that is what they are, will take us into that abyss, and they are leading us there at a very fast pace. Each day, the news gets crazier. Each day, the media hypocrisy grows more extreme. And each day, the danger gets closer around the world and here at home. Why? Because we have been too tolerant of the extremism bearing down. This is The Warning.
I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.